Hey there, my name is Grant Hurst and you are watching Historian Essentials, the show where I give explanations for terminologies, ideas, and concepts that history majors should be familiar with. And in this episode we are looking at Marxist history. Marxist history, which can also be called Marxist historiography or historical materialism, is the field of historical study that is influenced by the works and ideas of the German political philosopher Karl Marx. This school of historiography emphasizes social class and economics as the focal point of history. A Marxist historian usually sees economic constraints as the determining force of history. Marxist historians often portray history as a conflict between the oppressors and the oppressed, or as Karl Marx put it, between the haves and have-nots. Some examples of this are works that focus on the working class versus industrialists, colonial subjects versus imperialists, or minorities versus the state. Marxist historiography is not just a lens at which to look at history. It is commonly seen, especially by its practitioners, a political tool in and of itself. From the perspective of a Marxist historian, writing histories from this perspective about oppressed peoples is supposed to create a sense of self-consciousness and give them tactics and strategies for liberating themselves from their state of material oppression. In this regard, Marxist history is not just intellectual, it is inherently political. Now, there are historians out there who use Marxist methodology when looking at history, but they aren't politically Marxist. In other words, they agree with Marx that economics and social class are the drivers of history, but they don't necessarily agree with Marx's political remedies. In this circumstance, someone who looks at history through a Marxist lens, but doesn't subscribe to Marx's political philosophy, might refer to themselves as a lowercase m Marxist, while someone who subscribes to both the historical lens and the political philosophy would be thought of as an uppercase M Marxist. So what are some other terms and concepts that you think all history majors should be familiar with? Let me know down in the comments below.